All down through the ages, certain people have been said to possess certain strange, magical, mysterious powers. Summon demons, make all sorts of magical potions, even call down curses upon people and specific objects.
I've never seen a clock like that before.
Eventually, fear turned to violence. Creatures roaming in the woods at night, half man, half beast. It was a case of keep your wits about you or perish. Everyone was afraid of the unknown.
Help me, Desmond.
They were called the undead.
Charles, we'll be together forever.
The mightiest monster the world has ever known. The mightiest egg the world has ever known. Introducing the son of Godzilla. The fantastic red water, one of the many weird natural phenomena on mysterious Sorgel Island. A great scientific experiment begins.
Try another frequency. What is it? It seems as though something's jamming the wavelengths.
Son of Godzilla, a rollicking monster spectacular. See how a baby monster becomes a monstrous monster.
Everyone is afraid of it.
Look at the ache in its face. That's what killed the old man.
Bombs can't kill it. Fire can't burn it. Water can't drown it.
So you have come back. What part of me could have wanted you back?
Only one man can control it, and he is mad.
Am your master. Lower your arms.
I am your master. God, 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 please don't. Kill him!
This is it. See it.
Refreshment. Refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Not even happened. Boy, was online.
Like cloud was going around.
Who had it? Got it somewhere. I don't know where she got it. She's supposed to meet us here. And she too. I hope nothing's wrong. Hey, Bonnie, back here. Barry.
Sit down.
Where have you been?
You were starting to worry.
Something go wrong? Everything. Well, come on, tell us what happened.
If you couldn't get any, don't worry about it.
Oh, I got it all right. Yes, indeed. That's not my problem. As a matter of fact, if I hadn't, I forgot to take them out of my coat pocket. That's how. Boy, how dumb can you get? But why does she usually go through your pocket? That's just it. She never does. But this morning she was sending a bunch of stuff to the cleaners with Jim. And guess what needed cleaning? Your raincoat, Natch. Oh, you weren't kidding when you said gloom and doom.
This all happened this morning?
Well, I was peacefully sleeping. Let me tell you, I sure woke up in a hurry when I saw what Mom had in her hand.
Bonnie, what do you think you're doing carrying marijuana around in your pocket?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. These were in your coat pocket, and Jim says they're marijuana.
Jim says? What the... Wait a minute, will you give me a chance to get my eyes open?
It's no wonder you can't open your eyes. What do you expect, doping yourself up with this round stuff?
Oh, for Pete's sake, you don't even know what you're talking about. What do you know about pot?
Pot? Is that what you call it? You listen to me, young lady. Until this morning, I thought marijuana was something to read about in the newspapers, not find in my own home. Now, you wash your face. Come downstairs as fast as you can. Your father wants to talk to you.
How do kids get hold of this stuff anyway? There certainly wasn't any of it around when I was in high school.
Yeah, but there's a lot of it around now, especially around high schools.
What's wrong with the police? Isn't it against the law?
Oh, sure it is, Dad. But it's just like a lot of other things. The police grab one person for selling marijuana, the next day 2 others are selling it. There just aren't enough police to go around.
Since when does Bonnie need the police to tell her what's right and what's wrong? Both of you were raised better.
It really isn't that Bonnie doesn't know better, Mom. Maybe the kids she hangs around with smoke pot, so she thinks she has to try it.
Well, then maybe she better hang around with some other kids. I just can't believe that Meg's that kind of a girl. Her mother's one of my best friends.
You suppose that Meg's mother thinks for a minute that our Bonnie smokes marijuana?
Well, I better get going. I've got to drop that stuff off to the cleaners on my way to Harry's.
What's the rush to get to Harry's?
Nothing in particular. I told him I'd help him with his car this morning.
You think they give up on that bucket of bolts Harry calls a car? They spent a fortune on that thing.
Well, better that than this. I wish I'd never asked Jim what they were.
Thanks a lot, Big Mouth.
Look, if you're going to carry around a pocket full of grass, don't blame me if you get caught.
But you had to tell Mom what it was, though, didn't you?
So she asked me, what was I supposed to say?
If you didn't have to be such a big hero, Mom would have thought they were just ordinary cigarettes.
Oh, you've got to be kidding. Mom's been smoking cigarettes for years. Do you think she's not going to recognize marijuana when she sees it?
Not in a million years, unless somebody told her.
Okay, so I told her. Maybe I don't like the idea of you smoking pot any more than she does.
There's a clean glass right here on the table, Donnie.
You'd think that creep upstairs never stepped out of line in his whole life.
Well, we've never found marijuana in any of his pockets, Bonnie.
Does that mean it wasn't ever there, just because you didn't find it? Oh, I'm not saying he ever had any. How would I know? But I'll tell you something I do know. Just a few weeks ago, when Jim came home, bombed right out of his mind, I was awake. I heard you trying to get him upstairs. He could hardly walk, for crying out loud.
What's that got to do with this?
Well, all I'd like to know is how come he can get smashed. But when it comes to somebody finding sticks of grass in my pocket, the whole family has to push the panic button.
Somebody didn't find them, Bonnie. I did, and I pushed the panic button. Why wouldn't I?
Look, has either one of you ever tried marijuana?
No.
Of course not.
Well, just because you don't know anything about it, automatically it's got to be worse than drinking.
Just hold it a minute, Bonnie. Now you sit down. I think you're way out in left field somewhere. Look, I don't know anything about going over Niagara Falls in a barrel either. I know I'm not about to try it. Now, if you had told me that you heard Jim coming home that night, I'd have told you that Jim and I had a long talk about drinking. Your mother and I don't happen to think that getting drunk is any better than smoking marijuana.
Getting drunk, maybe. But what about having a drink, or two, or guzzling a few beers? That's okay, isn't it?
Not for you, it isn't. If your mother and I enjoy a drink or two before dinner, that's one of the choices left to us because we're old enough to decide for ourselves.
And Jim's 21 now, so that makes him the same as you, right?
That's right. Legally, anyway. But Jim's choices are still restricted by our decisions to an extent, too. He's expected to respect your mother's and my wishes just the same as you are.
Looks like I'm the only one around here without any rights at all.
Depends on what you mean by rights, Bonnie.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. You have your own room. You're free to invite your friends home whenever you feel like it. You come and go with as much freedom as any other girl your age. You have your rights and we respect them, but you do not have the right to have marijuana, let alone bring it home here, and you know it.
One of these days, they're going to change the stupid law, and it'll be just as legal to have grass in your pocket as it is to have beer in the refrigerator.
Not for you, it won't. Legally, you still won't be old enough to have beer in your refrigerator, even if you had one. Bonnie, has it hit you yet that your mother and Jim and I are breaking the law right now just by having this in the house?
Nobody knows it's here.
Does that make it any less illegal? You're not guilty until you're caught, is that it? You know better than that.
You better get that stuff out of here right away, Bonnie.
But it's not mine. Not all of it, anyways.
Oh, whose is it?
Some of the kids gave me some money to pay for it. If I can't deliver the grass, and I can't return their money, what am I going to tell them?
Tell them the truth. You got caught. And you can also tell them they'll have to find somebody else to buy their grass for them from now on.
Don't put it in there, Barney. I don't want it to be anywhere I can see it.
What do you want me to do with it?
Flush it down the toilet. That's where it belongs.
You mean you really flushed the stuff down the toilet?
Well, sure. What else was I going to do?
But why? Did your mother watch you while you did it?
Of course not. She wasn't even upstairs.
But they wouldn't even have known. You could have got it out of the house easy enough.
What a waste of perfectly good grass.
Well, at least I can pay your money back. Dad loaned it to me. He's going to take it out of my allowance.
You must be kidding. Why should you have to pay the whole shot?
Because I can't deliver the grass, that's why.
So that's the way it bounces, right?
Sure, it could have happened to anyone, Bonnie.
Yeah, but I know Bonnie's father. And when he says you pay back the money, you pay back the money. Right, Bonnie?
You better believe it.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we use the money to buy some more grass? Kill each other. Kill each other. Kill each other. Kill each other.
The Crown of St. Edward. It's quite inconceivable. Obviously, no common criminal could have committed this, Sergeant.
How are we to find him? The culprit didn't leave a single trace to go by.
I don't have to look for his traces. All I have to do is simply jail every known delinquent in England, Scotland, and Ireland. Northern Ireland, that is.
Inspector, the Home Secretary wants you on the telephone.
Why on earth doesn't he telephone somebody else sometime? Can't you say I'm out or occupied?
You're off him, Mo. Inspector Lawrence, why don't you see what he wants? He is your superior,
Yes,
you know.
Sergeant, I know I'm jeopardizing my whole career, but truthfully, I've none left. Who gives a damn? Oh, well. Let's listen to him scream. Are you there? Lawrence here. How are you, Home Secretary? Yes, yes. It's frightening. Oh, by next coronation, we'll get a new one.
Any news, Larson?
All London's in an uproar. The papers can't keep up with it. Every extra's sold out as soon as it hits the streets.
I can read the papers. Tell me what's happening at Scotland Yard and also at Whitehall.
They're going to have an emergency meeting of the cabinet.
How providential. However, I foresaw that. The police?
Lawrence is blocking all points of exit with Scotland Yard men.
There's a certain Sir Reginald Hoover that Lawrence is calling in. I suppose you know of him.
Yes, I believe so. Go on, Larson.
Scotland Yard has employed Sir Reginald to solve other cases.
But not this one. Because even Sir Reginald has his limits. He's a man of many talents I think I can take advantage of. Kurt, why the long face?
This man, Hoover, doesn't worry me a bit. But I wish you'd let me take care of him for you, my dear.
When do you intend to return the Mona Lisa to the Louvre, sir?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. Besides, by now the world is as satisfied with the copy as I am with the original. Don't you think so?
If I'm not too presumptuous, Sir Reginald, what satisfaction is there in risking your life for trophies you must hide in a closet?
Oh, come now, Chandra. Are you forgetting that before I returned to my native England, I spent all of my formative years in the American West, where I acquired a taste for danger? Sometimes I prefer not to have my superpowers, if only to make my adventures a bit more difficult.
You would be dead 100 times over if it were not for those superpowers, Sahib.
Chandra, did you read this?
I did, and it's worthy of your talent.
You're right. It's almost impossible to enter the Tower of London. It would take someone of rare intelligence and audacity to succeed.
Excellent time, sir. 33 minutes and 9 seconds submerged.
Not bad. I was hoping to make 40. But I get bored down there.
And now, if you were wise, you'd do a bit of yoga, Sahib. Hatha yoga, Kama yoga, Prana yoga.
No. Another time. What I need right now is a bit of female companionship.
Think, Sahib, of the immediate effects and the danger to you.
Why should anything happen? Whenever I'm about to have a rendezvous with a woman, you become so pessimistic. Sure, I lose my superpowers afterwards for 6 hours, but as far as I can see, we're in no danger. Are we? Well, then.
With enemies the world over begging for an opportunity, waiting for you to
Oh,
lose
to
your
avenge
superpowers.
themselves, I know. But that's no reason to live like a hermit for the rest of my life. Besides, it widens the odds and makes life more interesting and exciting. Well, who would you choose?
I?
You.
Oh, Sir Reginald. You're joking.
There's Margot, that little charmer from Paris, remember? Or the mysterious Anada with her oriental approach. Then there's Akiko, so skilled in Japanese charm. Or Samantha, one of the loveliest girls in all Britain. I haven't called her for quite a while. It really is a shame. Yes, perhaps the only one I can really trust is Samantha. Hey, Samantha.
Oh, my, it's you.
Hello, darling. How would you like to come over for a drink?
I'd be glad to. Give me time to dress.
I'll be waiting. And now while I'm waiting, would you fix me a martini, Chandra? No, wait.
What's the matter?
Hovercraft H-18. English make. About 10 miles away and getting closer. Let's go. A splendid young woman.
You really see a splendid woman, sir? But I only see a sort of rubber boat there.
We'll soon find out. With a bit of telekinetics, we'll bring her right here. Come to the beach. Come to the beach.
What? That's strange.
Now turn this way. This way. Hello.
Would you please tell me what I'm doing here?
Please forgive me. But on seeing you, I couldn't resist dabbling in a little telekinetics. My name is Reginald Hoover.
Telekinetics? What's that?
Oh, the distant movement of objects without visible cause. But it wasn't to give you a lesson in telekinetics that I brought you here.
Tell me why you did.
Well, before I tell you why, it might be good to relax a bit. You seem rather keyed up.
Look here, no more psychophysics, or I'm warning you.
You can warn me later. Right now, all I would like to know is your name.
Regina. Regina Sullivan. I must admire your taste.
Nothing special. I've only tried to make my solitude as comfortable as possible.
At this point, I suppose I ought to disappear. But first, I remind you.
Don't worry about the 6 hours. We're going for a dip in the pool. Relax.
Relax. That's what he tells me, but I always am worried.
Who sent that? Some prankster? Do you think this is the time to give me Easter packages?
No. But the messenger who brought it said it was urgent.
What isn't urgent? With all those hyenas of the press drooling away out there for news of Argoman and the Crown. But, my word. Why, it's the Crown of St. Edward. Argoman is afraid of me. So he's returned it, you see.
He sent you a billet-doux.
I have the pleasure of returning to you the Crown of St. Edward, which I took as a proof of my power. What I want is the Muradov A4. If I don't have it within 6 hours, beware. Jenabell, the Queen of the world. Jenabell. Jenabell. Who's she?
I don't know, Inspector. But this here Muradov A4, what's that?
Why, the Muradov A4 is... Sergeant, just forget you ever heard those words. No one out there must hear about the Muradov A4. I must keep the journalists from knowing.
But this Jenabell, this Queen of the world, she knows.
Right. Damn. Who informed the woman? I must telephone the Home Secretary. Go and tell the journalists that the Crown has been recovered. Don't mention the message. For the present, just say that it was returned by Argoman and nothing else.
Right. Now, what's going on here? Step back, gentlemen, step back, please. The Crown has been recovered.
Home Office? Surprise, sir. What's just happened is incredible. The Crown? Ah, you know that. Honestly? And you've also had a message? No, I never heard any mention of this Jenabell. But of course, Sir Reginald Hoover's the only person who might have heard about her. Why? Because he knows all these criminals.
You're quite a swimmer, aren't you?
Oh, well, I do other things.
Do you accept the challenge I offered you?
You still haven't told me about the game.
The rules are simple. If you succeed in hitting the red target, you'll have this little token of my appreciation and be allowed to leave the villa. I hope that the color is pleasing to you.
The color of the limousine, or also the emeralds?
Naturally. They could only make you even more beautiful. However, if I happen to hit the white target...
I see. Telekinetics again. Mm-hmm. Very well, I agree to play the game. Give me that. The red one, huh? Oh.
Might as well leave this. We won't need it in there.
Excuse me, sir. Inspector Lawrence of Scotland Yard is on the line.
Use your initiative, Chandra. Tell him I'm busy. Deeply engrossed in my studies.
Hello? No. No, he's in the midst of work, Inspector.
Now I must leave. But I'm glad I lost.
I hope we can have another game sometime. Sooner or later, you're bound to win.
I hope so. I adore your emeralds.
Shall we smoke one last cigarette?
But I only want these. I already have a rolls.
I have lots of them.
I bet you do.
My dear Lawrence, what a pleasant surprise to see you.
I know it's not pleasant, but I have to speak to you, Sir Reginald. You must listen to me.
Reggie,
First,
darling, I positively flew here. Aren't you proud of me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Lawrence. I wasn't expecting your visit. I have a prior engagement with a young lady.
Don't worry, young lady. I'll steal him for only a moment. Patience. I should explain, Sir Reginald, first, that this is an affair of state. Do you understand?
An affair of state. Excuse me, dear. I suppose I must make this sacrifice. Oh.
Well?
Do you know a certain Jenabell, the self-styled Queen of the World?
No. Who is she?
It was she who stole the crown of St. Edward.
Oh?
You wouldn't even know her by sight.
Afraid not. Have you arrested her?
No, hardly likely. I hoped you'd tell me who she is. They say that you know all these criminals.
It could be somebody using an alias. That's not unusual.
Yes, I'd thought of that. In fact, it was I who told the journalist that it was Argoman who committed it.
I'd be careful if I were you. Argoman could be easily offended.
I couldn't care less. You don't expect us to go around saying that this Jenabell is pressuring Scotland Yard. She stole that crown to demonstrate her power. Fancy, she also sent me a perfumed note with it. Well.
Interesting. And what did it say?
Oh, nothing. She says we're to deliver a certain article within 6 hours. Or beware.
Within 6 hours?
Yes, and that was 2 hours ago.
What does she want?
Well, you see, no, it's a state secret I mustn't reveal. But I can tell you what else I want. Look at these photographs taken in the jewel room of the Tower of London. There's an automatic camera installed there.
Yes, I know.
What you see are the visitors who were there during the hour when the crown was stolen. See if you can recognize anyone. Perhaps there's someone in the crowd who's unknown to me. Have you seen anyone you know?
No. I thought I recognized Lady Asher. She's my cousin, you know. Just someone who looks like her.
I gather you can't give us any help.
If this is all you have to show me, I think not. But perhaps if you could tell me what this Jenabell is after. Certain criminals often betray themselves by their fixations. Have you ever heard of that?
I've already said too much. I can't tell you anything else. Well, I must be off, otherwise I'll miss my flight to Paris. Good afternoon, Sir Reginald.
Bon voyage.
Thank you.
Not at all. What's she after?
Oh, you're finally free. Shall we go for a swim?
We can swim later. Would you like to come to Paris?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Inspector. Your documents, if you please. Merci. Sorry, you know the orders. Here is Inspector Martinet.
Martinet? I've heard your name, monsieur.
I've heard your name too, Inspector. Shall we go in?
I must emphasize the necessity of destroying this Muradov A4.
especially since there now exists this deplorable possibility of its misuse.
Professor Kreisky, do you really suggest that I advise my government to blow up one of the greatest discoveries of our age?
As a scientist, I'm inclined to second Professor Kreisky. But as I'm an American security officer in this matter of cosmic rays, I've got to leave it intact.
The existence of a jewel of this dimension is an absurdity. I'm afraid it's all your fault, as a matter of fact, when you think how it was found in the crater left by an atomic bomb exploded last month.
We found it, though. It's of British origin. But we French were responsible for its diamond classification on the scale of Mohs and de Berzelius.
Let's skip the nationalism, gentlemen. What counts is if the Moordoff ends up in irresponsible hands, the diamond market would collapse in a few days with financial repercussions I suppose you can all imagine.
He doesn't have to tell me that. But, gentlemen, have you any idea of the extraordinary powers concentrated in this mass that is composed of pure carbon? With its two-way gamma stream, with refracted rays of light? Have you any money?
What?
Do you have a small coin?
Will Frank do?
No, hold it yourself. This way, please. In this position, sir. How's your Frank?
Seems to me it's just like it was.
You think so? Watch. The Muradov A4, reflecting any sort of light at all, destroys molecular cohesion, which has the property of rendering any material pliable.
Possibilities of this great discovery are absolutely beyond every limit.
Exactly. Well, gentlemen, as France's Minister of the Interior, I hasten to assure you all the Muradov R4 will be defended to the utmost by us and our English colleagues of Scotland Yard.
Yes, our government is certainly aware that in case we should lose such a huge diamond, eventually it would mean a major dollar drain from our gold balance.
A major dollar drain. And my Frank, too. Let's keep the cards straight, huh?
I would assume that Lawrence's secret is in the Ministry of Technology. The place is crawling with police. In which case, Jenabell cannot be very far away.
If only my advice had been followed, you wouldn't be in this condition.
Why'd you waste a superpower on her?
Darling, don't be so egocentric. My superpowers, though not the ones you mean, are also put to more scientific uses. Anyway, the 6 hours are almost up. And don't forget, it was just for such a loss that I came to suspect Jenabell.
Even so, your Geiger counter ring will never find her now.
Oh, you think not? Well, fortunately, the dear girl smoked one of my radioactive cigarettes. We will find her.
You're so clever, my dear.
Uh-huh. She's somewhere in that direction, south-southeast.
But the Ministry of Technology is north-northwest of here.
Just as I thought it would be.
Doesn't it look tiny from here? Where do you think it is? What is it?
Now, let's see where our lady could possibly be hiding. The school wouldn't be that. Maternity and pediatric hospital, quite out of the question. The Museum of Napoleonic Trophies. Damn, doesn't this city have anything better than that?
Tourists? What an insult. They come to Paris for only one thing.
The Bank of France. That's just the kind of place she'd choose. I believe this is yours. Thank you.
You'll find your letter of credit at your hotel this evening, monsieur.
The passbook, monsieur?
Also?
Ah, the passbook. Ah, merci bien.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. We're just closing, madame.
Please.
Certainly. Sign here, please. Thank you.
All right, come on.
The bank is closed, sir. It won't reopen till tomorrow.
That's right, but she's still inside.
But I can't imagine what the Bank of France has to do with all this.
That's what we must find out.
Please, sir. To recover your superpowers takes 6 hours' time. 18 minutes more.
In that case, why don't we look for the nearest bistro?
Darling, one would think you had a single-track mind. Chandra, you go and wait in the car. Come along.
All right.
Hey, Larson, did you see that broad?
There isn't any girl there. What's
She
wrong
was half naked, I swear.
Inside.
Hey, what's he doing here?
take the next turn. We must reach a deserted place.
Well, those 6 hours are up, Lawrence.
Right. Looks to me like Jenabell is just a maniac in search of publicity. Shall we go and celebrate with a drink?
Bon.
Good. Since the Muradov won't need our protection.
What a pleasure to meet someone so confident.
What a surprise. How strange finding you here.
Oh, I was just passing by.
Well, Sir Reginald, if it means anything to you as a student of criminology, I'll tell you that Jenabell, the self-styled queen of the world, has abandoned us. It evidently means she's abdicated.
Well, I'm very happy for you. But unless my experience with criminals has taught me nothing, I would say she has only begun.
As for your unsought suggestion, I'm sorry, Sir Reginald, but we're interested only in those that come from higher up.
From higher up, did you say? Well, I believe you're about to be blessed with some right now. Yes.
Good Lord.
But these are French francs.
Good heavens.
Mon Dieu. But...
This is Jenabell, Queen of the World. As you know, I'm in possession of over 300 billion francs. If you don't deliver to me the Muradov A4, I will shower France with banknotes, provoking a disastrous inflation.
Very ingenious.
Ah, you view it as a criminologist only. But we don't. No.
We must save France from bankruptcy at the cost of giving her what she wants. Just you listen.
One of your agents must board bus number 52 at precisely 11 a.m. at the bus stop in Place Vauban. For identification, he must wear a check tweed suit and a black bowler hat.
Bluster impertinence. If you'd only give us carte blanche,
Relax, Lawrence. I quite agree with the minister. Before one can hit a bullseye, one must first find the range. And yet you hardly have a target at the moment.
I've just had an idea, Sir Reginald. In view of your acquaintance with criminals, I appoint you to try to make contact with her.
Don't be too hasty, sir. Certainly I'm familiar with them, but please don't think I'm a supermind where they're concerned.
Why, no, why? Not somebody so ineffectual. This job calls for a...
For a man of action, I fear.
May I? Stop where you are, friend. You've reached the end of the line.
They've established contact. An agent has boarded the bus. Shall I authorize our men to proceed?
Let me see the person they've sent. But, Reggie, do you know who that man is? It's the Englishman. Tell them to return to base number 2.
How much longer does this Paris by day tour go on?
No, it's finished. Our part, I mean. Don't move. And it shall be worse for you if you try to pull a fast one. If I were to touch this, it would set off a charge of high explosives. The mere touch of a finger and boom, the charge will blow us sky high. You and me. And among the rest, those charming brats over there.
This way. This way. This way. This way. I say, friend, why don't we let the passengers off first, then you may abduct me. I'm most curious to meet you, mysterious Jenabell.
My car!
Keep calm,
Look what that bus driver did to it! My brand new car! These dimwits shouldn't be allowed on the streets! Arrest him!
The bus company is insured.
Yes, insured against pain.
Everybody off the
Look
bus!
what he did!
Everybody off, please. And you too. Aren't you getting off?
Don't operate this elevator and block all circuits. Come on. Stop here. You're in the presence of Jenabell.
Everyone out.
But Jenabell.
I said everyone out. Well, what do you want to be called? Sir Reginald Hoover or Argoman the superhuman?
Well, in this outfit, I don't fancy myself as either one. Though I must say you look marvelous as Jenabell. Black is certainly your color.
You mean you can see through that steel blindfold? Well, knowing where my base is won't give you any advantage.
Perhaps. Lovely place, but I don't see the bar. Must be here somewhere. What do you have?
Vermouth. Why are we competing?
Because you disappointed me. I thought you were the homebody type.
For one of your pursuits, a homebody should have less attraction than the queen of the world. Would you like to be my consort?
You mean you'll have me look after things around the house?
No. I just want you to be inside it.
Now, there's an interesting proposition.
Then I'm forced to convey a protest.
Calm down, Inspector. You see to it.
I shall, monsieur. Poor Sir Reginald. Who knows what tortures he must be suffering, hmm?
Now, tell me, Your Highness, how can the Muradov give you the world to dominate?
Its strange power will open the way to one of the most fantastic experiments that could be imagined. I'll make men crawl to me.
Even more fantastic than my experiments?
Yes, but don't think I'm going to reveal the whole secret to you. I shall wait until you become my consort. Do you want to?
No.
What a pity. Now I shall have to enslave you. One slave to me is like any other.
You forget that I could destroy your little hideaway in a matter of seconds. Now I've got to know every phase of your operation. Otherwise,
don't threaten me. It's useless. You're not making the rules. This is my game. I've got the Muradov, I warn you. If you're exposed to it, it will permeate and destroy your volition.
don't count on that, dear lady. I will annihilate you.
Oh, will you? Watch her. It's not a pleasant fate to suffer at the hands of a robot.
Your instincts are diabolic.
Oh, no. Cautious is the way I'd categorize them. And my sign of the zodiac is Libra, the scales, which always impresses a sense of balance in the human mind. It also helped me to conceive of these simple devices for security. Don't move! If you get off that platform, a spring will lift it till it breaks that photoelectric beam. It will send an electronic signal to my robot. And when he gets it, he'll destroy your friend. Have fun, superhuman.
Levitate. Levitate. Levitate.
Samantha!
Watch out, Argoman!
He has a magnetic gun. That gives me an idea.
Make it turn around, please, and shoot out its eye.
What are you doing tonight, sweetheart? How about having dinner with me?
I'm always free to have dinner with you.
That's Jenabell's hovercraft. She's leaving. I think we'd better leave, too.
Argoman's escape could upset your plans. What do you intend to do?
Nothing. The Muradov will make me so powerful that I can destroy him how and when I please.
Everything is ready.
You alone make it possible that I accomplish all I dreamt I would do. You, with your mysterious absorption of cosmic light, will produce what no ruler in the world has ever had. As many loyal automatons to manipulate as I please. I'm ready to proceed.
Start the ray compressor. Solar energy, 12 gamma.
The humanoid.
Solar energy, 20 gamma. Compression of rays completed. It's reached a degree of maximum elasticity.
Splendid. Now let's replace a useless creature with a subject that I create. Begin the contraction. Activate the cosmic gun. Switch off the current.
Don't think you can frighten me by coming in here and pretending to be Argoman. Throw away your mask, because I know who you are. You're Sir Reginald Hoover. And if you've come here to intrude on my privacy for any reason that concerns Jenabell, I may as well tell you that the case of the Muradov device is officially closed.
I know. But unfortunately, Jenabell doesn't think so.
I'm not an idiot like Laurence and Martinet. I don't believe such silly poppycock.
What's ridiculous is that you, sir, are doing nothing about it. That woman will rule the world if you don't act quickly. There's no time to lose, don't you understand?
Of course. You're quite right. There's not a moment to lose. Pity you came to see me, Argoman. Because I'm working for Jenabell. And now I'm going to shoot you. But I'll kill you. But I'll kill you.
It's Argoman. Arrest that man.
He's killed the minister.
Mon Dieu.
Well now, Argoman, this time you're trapped.
He wasn't the minister, he was a puppet of Jenabell's. Now do you see how that woman will conquer the world?
He's a criminal maniac. Seize him!
Don't let him escape, you fools!
If I may remind you, we're not invited, Sahib.
That's right.
وأوشي سلو اللي بتسنجي ما أنت إن ليش حلوين كصار. إيه حنوم مرينا وحلوة وين ما أنت ماشي الوعد باي. إن في سلو اللي بتسنجي أنا بقى. وكان محل قد ضفي.
It would have been better to attack the headquarters of Jenabell.
That would do nothing unless we can eliminate those whom she subjected to her will. I see several persons here involved in the Murdoch affair. Samantha, watch me and do as I told you. Excuse me, madam, but may I have the pleasure of this dance?
Why, yes.
Allow me, Reginald Hoover.
Nice to know you.
And you?
Your hostess, Countess LaRouche.
I'm delighted to meet you. Madam, if you kiss as you dance, to love you shouldn't be less than sublime.
It should also be dangerous, I'm afraid. My husband is terribly jealous.
Your husband? You must introduce me, so I won't envy him from afar.
Well, I'd be glad to. I'd like to present you to Sir Reginald Hoover, my husband, Ambassador LaRouche. And this is General Dibligny.
Pleased to know you, monsieur.
Admiral Durand.
Sir Reginald Hoover?
Yes.
Of course. One always hears about Sir Reginald Hoover.
Nothing very bad, I hope, Admiral.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Merci.
Oh, please excuse me, gentlemen, if I dance with this charming young lady.
With your permission?
Certainly.
Yes. I beg your pardon, do you have a light?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As you were saying, my dear.
Just as I feared. The ring reacted the same as it did with the minister. The only clean one's General Haywood.
So we wait.
Exactly 4 minutes, Chandra. Samantha's already at work.
I was wondering what admirals do.
All sorts of things, but we're not always on the high seas, you know.
May I rob you of your partner? The ambassadress would like a word with you.
For a very short time.
Does an ambassador lead an interesting life?
Ah, when my guests are like you, it is. But more often, it's a bit on the boring side.
Bet you never heard that one before.
Will you excuse me?
Sure. Oh, do be careful. Sir Reginald.
Lawrence, I'm terribly sorry. Monsieur Martinet.
Why aren't you in a rest home recovering?
Why, I am. I know of nothing more relaxing than a boring embassy reception.
But that's true. You English are always so practical. Well, what happened to the light? You must have blown.
Look out!
My husband's disappeared. What's happened to my husband? Has anyone seen my husband, General Haywood?
Argoman!
I see him. He's the killer.
Seize him!
Hurry, what's wrong with you?
Capture him, you idiots! This is outrageous! You better do my
I want the lot of you.
After him, hurry!
There he is.
You're trapped now, Argoman.
What is that?
Where is he?
Can you kindly explain what you're up to in there,
Why, I don't really know. I looked around and there was Argoman. Naturally, I tried to apprehend him, but it was as if I were caught in a cyclone.
Allez.
I believe this was meant for you.
Dear Inspector Lawrence, better one Sir Reginald in the hand than two of us in the bush. Argoman. I swear, Martinet, I may resort through the proper channels to Her Majesty.
May I please go now? After all this confusion, I'm thoroughly worn out.
Go straight to the devil. You're a bloody nuisance. I think, Martinet, we better arrange that he gets police supervision before he commits any other outrage.
You're right. We've put up with him long enough.
And in France, it is reported that the famous Argoman is wanted for the murder of the Minister of Interior and 3 other officials. And now for the weather report.
But can't you simply tell them the truth about it?
As Sir Reginald, you'd be certainly listened to.
No. You forget Sir Reginald is barred and watched by the police.
A bit awkward, I would say, sir.
Durand escaped and captured General Haywood, Chief of Nuclear Forces in Europe. All I can do right now is prevent Jenabell from enslaving General Haywood.
The roads are blocked. To leave Paris is impossible, sir.
And the police will shoot anybody they find trying to.
That's nothing. I could knock out a roadblock, but I don't want to involve any innocent people. If you two were the police, how do you think Argoman had traveled?
Why, by jet? Or by helicopter? Or even a rocket?
First class, though.
Exactly. I'm certain that you'd never picture Argoman, or much less Sir Reginald, traveling by train, 3rd class.
My.
I might, but they wouldn't.
Precisely.
Argoman's on the Cali-Paris train. Argoman's on the Cali-Paris train. Argoman's on the Cali-Paris train.
Marvelous work. I feared it was too much for you to capture General Haywood, and I was ever so pleased.
Thank you, Jenabell. But it's more urgent now to eliminate Argoman once and for all.
Oh, don't worry. A moment ago, one of my men signaled his presence on the Paris-Calais train.
He's coming here.
He's trying to, but he'll never make it.
Father, how did you get up here?
I walked.
But don't you know that's forbidden? You won't get in trouble.
Something must have gone wrong with the engineer.
You mean heart failure?
No, monsieur.
Well, I have to get off here.
Patient.
I have the honor to announce that the American head of nuclear forces in Europe is now in our power.
Make these goons let me go. What is it you want of me?
Come, General. I want you to obey my orders. You must take an oath of allegiance to me like your allies.
I don't believe it. Have you?
We have.
But in your case, General, I want to avoid giving you the operation they've had. It's much better if all nuclear warheads in the world's stockpile are in charge of a man who has full command of his faculties. Your faithful friend Durant is ready to carry out my plan.
If I refuse, he won't.
If you refuse, I'll still do what I want. Because presidents and kings, these nations, are all obeying me.
Why, you maniac! You're mad.
I thought you'd be able to appreciate the futility of disobeying. Evidently, you're merely a stupid oaf, just like the others. Now I'm going to replace you with a robot who'll obey my orders.
Why, you... Oh! It's Argoman! Stop him!
Take him away. Kurt, do as I told you. Do as I told you. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him, I said. Here I am, Argoman. I'd have preferred to have you as my consort instead of killing you like this. Argoman? Argoman.
She tricked me with these doubles. Now, where can she be?
I see. Argoman. How stupid of you. You and Jenabell are really one person.
Don't be ridiculous. Jenabell has escaped in her plane. We must do all we can to stop her.
I'm not taking the word of a criminal either.
You've committed too many crimes, Argoman. Your time has come.
Hold on, men. He's a friend of ours, and it was Argoman who saved me.
Pas possible.
But I...
Argoman, you achieved nothing with the destruction of my base. Your precious Muradov's mine. And as long as it's beside me, the world will still kneel down to its queen.
Outside. Follow me. Leave some men on guard here.
come back here. That's government property. He's still a criminal, you know. Don't forget that.
After him, arrest him. There he goes. That's French government property, you know.
It's Inspector Lawrence, sir. He says it's urgent.
Hello, Lawrence. How nice of you to call.
Sir Reginald, again the crown of St. Edward has been carried off. I know, of course she's not at large, but may I ask you if you know where to find Argoman? I'm sure he did. It's not he, you say? Oh, really? Yes. But you know that would be just perfect. Quite, yes. Of course I feel all right. But how will it be sent? The same way as before, you think? Ah, then I'll just wait.
Right, old boy. It could be embarrassing if you acted hastily. After all, your position's at stake. Yes. Goodbye.
Reggie, darling. Thank you for the heavenly hat. I think it's a bit too regal for me, though.
You're right, darling. Far too gaudy. I'll get you something else. All right. Now put this with my other trophies, will you please, Chandra?
Yes.